Hello and welcome everybody. This is Amanda Rose, your Director of Media and Marketing for Archer Travel Service, and today I want to welcome Justin from Virgin Voyages. How are you doing today, Justin?
We're very well, thanks, Amanda Rose. Good evening to you, and thank you for organising all this. And good morning to all our Australian advisors.
Y-
So, yeah, thanks for
yes.
joining us.
Good morning to you and good morning to all the Australia advisors. Just to let you guys know, if you have any questions, please put those in chat. We will have Q&A at the end, and this is recorded like always, and you can find it right here in the videos tab of this page. Without further ado, Justin, I'll go ahead and let you get started. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks, Amanda Rose. And again, good morning, everybody. I've just come from a week off, which was very well deserved after all my traveling around the country. So it's just good to be back home in Melbourne. So what we'll do this morning is I just want to do a bit of a recap on the Virgin Voyages product. A lot's changed since we all got together last. So we'll start with the recap and then we'll talk about some new things that we've introduced here for the Australian market only. So first of all, we'll start with our ships. Obviously, Scarlet Lady, as you all should know by now, we launched back in 2021, predominantly out of Caribbean. Then in 2022, we launched our second lady ship, Valiant Lady, who was sort of based herself out of the Mediterranean. Then during the off season, we'd move her back to the Caribbean. And then, of course, really honing on the Australian market, the beautiful and the newest ship, Resilient Lady, we launched in May this year, who was doing itineraries out of Athens. And of course, is the beautiful lady ship that will make her way to Australia in late November, arriving into Sydney on December 4th, which is really exciting. So things are certainly starting to ramp up. And then not to forget our fourth lady ship, Brilliant Lady. She is going to be launched sort of probably now mid next year in 2024. So all in all, we'll have four stunning lady ships, super yacht by design, very unique, very different to any other cruise ship on the water, up and running by next year. So that is really exciting. Now, of course, we're a mid-sized cruise line. We hold 2,770 sailors. We have 1,408 cabins and suites. So we're a mid-sized sort of cruise vessel. But what's really exciting for a relatively new cruise line, since, 2 and 3 years we've been up and running for now, we are now bringing in the awards. And the big one for us this year was, of course, the Cruise Critic Awards. So we were the only cruise line in Cruise Critics history to do a total clean sweep of their awards categories. So best overall cruise line, best dining, best cabins, best service, and best value for money. So that's pretty impressive for a cruise line that has only just been up and running for a few years. So obviously what we're doing is absolutely working. There's a gap in the market for what we're doing. So you can sort of be rest assured and you can be guaranteed that when your clients get on board and experience any of our lady ships around the world, they're going to have an absolutely incredible time. So in saying that, our best lives, we are 100% exclusive adult, which we all know, no children. We love kids, as I mentioned that before in our last call. They just need to be 18 years and over. And of course, our ships are absolutely stunning, as I said, so that luxury super yacht by design. And it's a really festival style atmosphere on board. So some reasons to book Virgin Voyages is, of course, adult only, as I mentioned before. The food and drink. So the food and drink has really become the number one talking point that I'm hearing on the road, is that our sailors who have been on many other cruise lines and have experienced Virgin Voyages are all saying that our food is the best on the water out of any cruise line. And predominantly we're talking about our 6 specialty restaurants, which we have on board, which is all included. There's no extra charge for those restaurants. It's all included in the cruise fare. Inclusivity, again, we don't mind what you call yourself, who you class yourself as. We accept everybody, and it just works. It works beautifully on board. I've been on board a few times now, and we just want you to be yourselves, and that's what works. And of course, our crew are phenomenal. That's really the heartbeat of our company. They're trained incredibly high standards. It's number one. Richard's number one thing that he knows: if he looks after his crew, his staff, on any of the Virgin brands, that they'll look after the client, and ultimately the client will book again. And of course, now that we've been up and running for a few years now, the awards just keep coming through. I mentioned the Cruise Critic one. There was a new one overnight with Condé Nast Traveller. We awarded the #1 cruise line for 2023. So the awards are coming. So as I said, we've hit that sweet spot in the market. We're just going to do what we do best. It is quite different to anything else out there on the water. We're not a one-stop shop. I really want to make that clear. You know, we're not. It's just not everyone's going to like Virgin Voyages. So you know, you've got the tough job out there to really match up the right client to the right product. But my job now is to make sure you understand what type of client the Virgin Voyages client really is. So our best lines, as we said before, so casually luxe, you know, we haven't got the buffet dinings on board, and we know some cruise lines do the buffet dinings. I know a lot of Australians love buffets. You can just keep going back for more and more. Even though a lot of certainly our 6 specialty restaurants, they sit down plated meals. If you want a second eye fillet, you just order a second eye fillet. If you want 2 entrees, you order 2 entrees. Everything with us is cooked fresh to order. If you've got special dietary requirements, all of our restaurants cater for those people as well. And of course, you know, overnight stays, you know, places like Ibiza, you really want to experience Ibiza at night. So we overnight in these incredible cities that you really need to see at night, because that's where a lot of the atmosphere is happening. Always included. Now, I know you're all experts by now with Virgin Voyages, but I'll just recap on what's included on every single voyage of ours. So there's over $600 that's included on every voyage. So all the dining, as 20+ eateries are included with our cruise fare. All the tips are included. Wi-Fi, I mean, that should be a basic human right. So why do cruise lines charge for it? That's included with us. We have Starlink on all of our beautiful lady ships. All the group fitness classes are included. Essential drinks. I know with us in the travel industry, especially us Australians, class alcohol is essential, but our essential drinks are your teas, that really beautiful American drip-fed coffee. Sorry, Amanda Rose, all that coffee we love to hate, but your juices, your soft drinks, all that's included. Mineral water, soft drink, all that is included with us. So no charge for that. Water, my God, there are some people who charge for water. And of course, all the shows and entertainment are also included as well. So the only thing that's not included is the bar tab, and but for predominantly most this year we've actually included the bar tab with all of our sailings. So we wanted to go down the bar tab option. I think I've got that coming up here, so on this slide here. So when we don't have the bar tab included, your clients will purchase a $300 bar tab. It's $300 US, and then at the time we'll throw in another $50 US. So for the price of $300 US, they get $350 US worth of drinks. But as I said before, most of this year we've actually had the bar tab included in our promotions, and we currently have a promotion of 25% off our voyages and a bar tab up to $600 included as well. So for any sailings 7 nights or more, it's $600 US included per cabin. Any sailing 6 nights down to 3 nights, it'll be $300 US per cabin. And any sailing 3 nights or less, because we do have that wonderful 2-nighter, that one down from Melbourne down to Burnie, 21-23 December. So get on it. It'd be $125 US per cabin for that 2-night sailing. We didn't want to do what they call a drinks package option. We don't think it's fair for those clients that don't drink and have to pay that extra for the bar tab anyway. So so that's why we've gone down the bar tab. It's literally like putting your credit card down over the bar, and then you do it that way. So you do need to purchase the bar tab before embarkation. You can't purchase the bar tab once you're on board. The drinks, the price of the drinks don't change. They all stay the same whether you have the bar tab or not, or if you're paying on consumption. It's just what we throw in on top of. So here you can see it's the $50. It might be the month of January next year. We top it up with $100 US. So, but as I said, this year and currently at the moment, we're including the bar tab for our sailings in Australia and all around the world. So cabins, clever cabins. You've seen some of these images already. So as you can see, I'll just move my little screen around so I can see what you're seeing. I'll go back one there. So 86% of our cabins have a balcony. So that's predominantly all of our sea terrace suites, which you can see in this image here. You've got the wonderful, wonderful hammock on the balcony there. When I was on board, I thought, okay, the hammock, is that going to be a bit of a gimmick? But oh my God, the hammock are so comfortable. Once you learn to get out of them respectfully, they're incredible. And you can also purchase the hammocks on board as well. So the cabins are beautiful, spacious, as you can see there, large screen TV. Our cabins are also controlled with a tablet, so you can dim the lighting, you can open the curtains, you can change to mood lighting, you can hit cinematic mode, and the curtains will automatically close, and the lights will dim. You can also have our beds converted into a day bed to open up the space here in this particular cabin here into an L-shaped day bed lounge. So you can get our crew to organise that for you as well. But with that, we've got the insiders, we've got the sea views and the sea terraces. All of our promotions that we do are really based on sea terrace, the balcony cabins, which is predominantly the ones that most people want to go for, apart from the suites. Suites are the ultimate, which we'll talk about now. So we have, as you can see here, we've got our, on the right-hand side, our Rockstar quarters. So we have, with all of our Rockstar quarters, the first round of drinks will be on us. So in their minibar and their suite, it'll be on us. We're not talking your little miniatures. We're talking the big 500ml bottles are included with us. They also get a dedicated Rockstar agent. So anything they need, anything they want to be booked in for, they speak to their Rockstar agent and they'll organise that all on their behalf. They, of course, get access to Richard's rooftop area. It's a private area, so no other cabins. If you're not in a suite, you will not be allowed in Richard's rooftop area. So just keep in mind for that as well. And then obviously we've got our Mega Rock Stars on the left-hand side there. The photo you see at the top there is our massive suite. So it's a huge area. It's got 2 bedrooms, so it sleeps 2 to 4 sailors. In the Mega Rockstar Suite, you get all those perks. You also get a daily bar allowance to use the bars, any of the bars around the ship. You also get access to the Redemption Spa as well. You get private transfers to and from the ship to the hotel or airport, wherever that may be. So you get a lot of perks with the Mega Rockstar quarters and, of course, our Rockstar quarters. But they are all selling. Our Australian itineraries are selling really, really well. There is still some availability. So if you've got clients wanting to travel this year on the Resilient Lady, definitely jump on there and look at what availability we do have left. And there's a photo of Richard's rooftop area, private lounge. So if you do have clients who have booked a suite and have got friends in a sea terrace, they cannot bring their friends in a sea terrace cabin into the Richard's rooftop area. They can take their friends in a sea terrace cabin into their suite, and you can sit in there and you can drink their alcohol. Absolutely, I encourage that, but you won't be able to bring them up into Richard's rooftop area. So let's talk food, because it really is the big talking point at the moment. So as I said, we've got 20 plus eateries. You can enjoy some incredible food all around the ship in the galley area as well. But I really want to focus in on a lot of our 6 specialty restaurants. So you can see on the far right-hand side, there might be a little bit hard to see, but we've got the Wake, which is our steak and seafood restaurant. And we have Razzle Dazzle, which is our sort of forward-thinking vegetarian restaurant. There's a naughty part to the menu. So if you're not all vegetarian or your partner's not vegetarian, there is a naughty part to the menu where you can have the most incredible fried chicken. I've probably mentioned that last time on our talk. The fried chicken is out of this world. I had a cauliflower for entree, a spiced cauliflower. It was beautiful. There's also, if you can let them know that if they're going to Razzle Dazzle, Justin said we'd like to see the secret menu. There is a secret menu, and that's all I'm going to say about that one. We have the Test Kitchen, which will take you out of your comfort zone. This is a 6-course plated meal, really a bizarre, unusual combinations. You can do wine pairings in there as well. So the Test Kitchen's a really great laboratory-style look and feel, whereas your knife, for example, is a scalpel blade. Then we have Gumbay, which is our Korean barbecue. Gumbay is a really great restaurant, just as an FYI, to maybe book for your clients or ask your clients maybe to book on the first night after sail away, because they will be seated at a round table. I don't know why I'm doing a hand gestures, you can't see that. But they will be seated at a round table, and they'll have other sailors join them as well. So it's a nice little meet and greet other sailors on the same departure. We have Pink Agave, which is our upscale Mexican restaurant. Incredible food, the most amazing tequila selection. We have the Dock as well, more casual, the Dock House, Extra Virgin, which is our Italian restaurant. The pizza place, if you want to grab a really nice pizza any time of day or night, you can grab a pizza there. You can eat it there or go out on the deck somewhere or take it back to your cabin, purely up to you, depending on what time of day or night it is or how big a day you've had. Bento Baby, you can grab bento boxes. We have the freshly baked bread. There's a daily mix, really great grains for breakfast and all sorts of things. Sun Club Cafe, Popstar, the taco shop, the sweet side, noodle around, hot off the press, incredible toasted sandwiches in hot off the press. Dinner and Dash Burger Bar, and of course the Grounds, one of my favorite places, the Grounds Club, if you want that good quality latte, which I have right now with me in my mobile caravan, which is my office. So look, our entertainment, as I think I mentioned to everyone last time, our entertainment's a little bit different. So if you've got traditional cruising clients who like that cabaret style show, it's just make sure they know it's not what we have on board. We have more your Cirque du Soleil style acrobatic acts on board, really edgy comedy acts. It's a real festival style lineup. So just keep that in mind as well. So we've been some incredible shows, Dual Reality, Another Rose, which is a really great dinner show, which you do need to pay extra. I think it's $50 for. It's the only show you do need to pay. But you do get your money's worth with the drinks that are provided, the cocktails, and the feedback on Another Rose is quite incredible. So there's a whole bunch of different shows going on. We're going to have live music throughout the ship as well. We really, obviously, music is really at our DNA, as Virgin's DNA, and it's at the heart of everything we do. We are certainly, with a lot of the Australian sailings, trying to find some local talent who are on a cusp of sort of making it big. We want to try and get them on board to sort of elevate their music. So yeah, it's certainly a little bit different, but it's refreshing. Parties, we do have obviously the 2-story nightclub on board, but if you've got clients who aren't into that sort of thing, you don't notice it's there, right? So, you know, my wife and I didn't go to the nightclub, but we didn't notice it's there because obviously our price point knocks out all those younger ones who just want to go there and get drunk. That's not our client. We are a premium luxury brand. Of course, if you can do as much as you like or as little as you like, there's amazing gyms and saunas and spas all around the ship as well. So, of course, they've got the training camp, the runway at the top there, which is a great little running track, or I like to just walk along there with my coffee, looking at incredible sunrises and sunsets. And then a whole bunch of other places you can just go there and chill and relax. So what I really wanted to focus on today is that we've obviously launched our 24-25 sailings. So if you haven't seen those, this is them right now. So you'll see the date. She arrives into Australia a little bit earlier than this year, so the 3rd of December. We have now Perth on the itinerary, we have Albany on the itinerary, Adelaide's on there, Melbourne, Eden, Newcastle, then we got Brisbane online now. So we really are opening up Australia. We just needed to get this year under our belt with Australia and with New Zealand and Tasmania. And obviously, you all know we pulled some of the New Zealand longer itineraries because what the Australian market was saying to us was that we don't know much about Virgin Voyages. We want to test you out, but we don't want to try it on a longer itinerary. We want to try it on a shorter itinerary. So we introduced Sydney and some more 3, 4, 5 night itineraries, introducing Sydney to this year's program. So you can see there. Then we got for Brisbane. Then we got right up to sort of Port Douglas. So really exciting changes for 24-25. Hopefully these all sell really, really well, which I no doubt they will with your help. And that will be back for the 25-26 season. So that's the plan. Not confirmed, but that's the plan. So really exciting stuff. We just need to get this year under our belt and get it sold successfully, which it is currently. All of our marketing, just so you all know, we dropped our national marketing campaign on the 21st of August. So you will now see, wherever you're based, you'll see billboards around the place. You'll hear radio campaigns, TV commercials. So we're now really trying to get that consumer awareness out there for Virgin Voyages. That also then in turn drives clients' queries through to your stores, your home-based agencies. Yeah, so that's really going well now. I was just in Sydney not too long ago. There's billboards everywhere there. Melbourne's got them. All the major cities have got them. So yeah, so that's really great news for you guys because the a lot of consumers out there still don't know much about Virgin Voyages. But that will certainly change now from 21 August onwards. And we're only going to ramp it up even more. Something I haven't spoken to you guys about is our Match and See More loyalty program. So we have our club, we call it Sailing Club, Virgin Voyages Sailing Club. You can see the little logo at the top right there. So what we want to do, we understand that a lot of your clients got great high loyalty. They're up with one of those other cruises out there. They've got their loyalty programs. They're a high tier status with them. We acknowledge that, and we good on them. They've really worked hard. They've taken a lot of cruises to get to that level. but we also want them to try Virgin Voyages. So we want to try and match their status so they can get the perks as well, so they don't lose that status. So with our Match and See More program, you can see there on the screen there. So they might be a Carnival's VIFP club member, Platinum or Diamond, Celebrity Cruises, Captain's Club. So they might be Elite, Elite Plus and Zenith. Disney Castaway, Silver, Gold, or Platinum. So if you've got clients who are at this level with any of the other cruise lines, of course, we've got Virgin Australia there, if they're Gold, Platinum, and beyond, then we want them to experience us. So they want to try us. We're going to match them. So all they need to do is to log on to the Sailing Club, or you can even just Google search Virgin Voyages Match and See More. They'll fill out a quick form. They'll send proof of their membership with whatever company, their cruise line they're with or airline, and then we'll approve it, and then they will get these benefits straight off the bat on their very first cruise with Virgin Voyages. So Virgin get it. Like, we want to acknowledge that they're a high-tiered customer with one of the other our opposition out there. So we want to match them so they're not missing out on any of the benefits. So what they will get with us are our Deep Blue extras. They'll get unlimited premium Wi-Fi. They'll get a dedicated sailor services support on board. An exclusive, they'll be invited to an exclusive cocktail event. They'll get $10 daily specialty coffee credit per cabin. So that's your good quality latte from the Grounds Club. They'll get expedited boarding. They'll get VIP style dedication line at embarkation. So there'll be a separate area where they'll go to, so they don't need to queue up with everybody else. They get $100 extra bar tab credit, which is really, really great, US. And of course, the big one, I think it's the big one, is they get free laundry as well. They get 2 pressed items, 1 specialty cleaned item, and a bag of laundry on us. And it's probably a little bit hard to show you, but the bag they get is this huge white sort of duffel bag, which is massive. You can get everything into that bag. So then they can come home with all their fresh clothes. To me, that's huge. I've just been a week away in my caravan, and I've got a washing machine in the caravan, and I wash all my stuff before I come back, so I don't need to worry about it. So the laundry to me is really, really big. But that's pretty much what I want to speak to you guys about today. The last thing, which is the biggest news of all, I know I've had some big news, but we have listened to our agents here in Australia, our travel advisors. You are our bread and pudding. The big talk with us is that, a lot of them didn't want to pay gross. They don't want to wait for chase commission. Clients didn't want to use a client's credit card. So what we've done in a very short matter of time is introduce what we call the Voyage Store. Based in Sydney, it'll be run by the Travel the World team. Aussie-based Virgin Voyages experts. So we've now hired 2 people, and one of them's actually based here in Vic with me. So you'll earn your normal commission. You'll call a 1300 number up. They'll make the bookings for you. They'll cancel the bookings for you. They'll do all the work for you. You don't lose any out in the commission. They still get the 16% commission. You still get your 10% on all the pre-bookables. All the bookings will still go towards head office targets. You'll see the deposits are due 48 hours from the booking date, and final payment is due 130 days prior to sailing. But the biggest thing is that you will only pay us net. You will not need to chase commission, which is huge. The First Mate system's great. If you're familiar with the First Mate system, keep using it. Obviously, it's gross, credit card only. Our Let's Go book link, which we spoke about last time on our last webinar, that is only through First Mate, so you won't be able to do that through the Voyage Store. So just keep that in mind as well. To give you some inside goss, like this hasn't been talked about, but I love the Archer Travel Group. We are tweaking the First Mate systems probably in the next 6 months, where you will be able to pay net and not gross. Virgin Voyages haven't had this issue in any other countries, so they've learned a lot from the Australian market. And they're listening. I've got to give them credit. They're absolutely listening, and we're working through these things. We're not going to be perfect, and that's for sure. But we're working through these issues, and we're knocking them off one by one as our advisors come to us saying, "Look, this just doesn't work here in the Australian market." I'll give Virgin credit. They're listening and they're making those changes. So the phone number there, please take this down. It is 1300 732-300. I'm sure there's a jingle in that somewhere. I'm not a very good singer, but maybe someone can flick me an email with a little jingle. Or you can email res@traveltheworld.com.au. So it's the Voyage store. They'll make bookings for you. They'll cancel bookings for you. You will not be able to transfer these bookings made via the Voyage store over to your First Mates profile. So keep that in mind. They will keep control of it. But the biggest thing is you pay net. You don't need to pay gross. So this will change your lives. This will change my life. So if you don't have time to sort of learn the First Mate system, some people love it. Some people think it's a little bit clunky. It's now you've got a choice of where to go to make a booking. So this is really exciting news. So that pretty much, Amanda Rose, is it from me. So if I just flick back to a really pretty screen, it's like that one. Any questions? Do we have any questions?
Yeah, we have a lot of questions. So the first question is, which one? Sorry, I have to go back a little more. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions. Do restaurants need to be booked ahead of time?
Yeah, that's a good question. So look, if you're in a suite, any of our Rockstar suites, your restaurant times to book will open up 60 days out from sailing. If you're in any of our Sea Terrace categories or below, they'll open up 45 days out from departure from the voyage date. So yeah, a good idea to book. You can control all that. I'm not one to where I have to have everything planned every step of the day. So you don't necessarily need to book. You can certainly rock up to these restaurants. And look, if they're busy, they'll just say come back in 15 minutes or so. But we always allow for walk-ins. So we always allow tables for walk-ins. So just keep that in mind. We don't want our sailors feeling like they've got to have every second of the day organised and booked. You know, I'm sure there's some clients out there who like to do that. But no, you do not have to make bookings for the restaurants. You can walk into the restaurants and then hopefully grab a table. But it's a good idea to book a couple anyway, to get a couple locked in. So especially if there's a small group of you as well.
Perfect. Next question is, where can I find your marketing materials?
Oh my God. Okay. I wish I had time. I think what we'll do, Amanda Rose, on our next call is just focus on the First Mate system if we could.
That'd be awesome.
Because
yes.
It is phenomenal. So for all of our marketing materials, all you need to do is to log on to www.firstmates.com, sign in to First Mates, which I think you're all signed up to First Mates. Go to our marketing tools tab on the top left thereabouts, and all your social media assets are there, all your short videos. I think last time we did the webinar, I played the No Kids video. There's a 30-second version designed for Facebook on that, all located in there. Deck plans, everything is located in the marketing tools area. How to make a booking through First Mates, how to create circles videos, you know, if you want to focus on group business. That's all in First Mates. It's really phenomenal. I was blown away when I first started with Virgin Voyages. I couldn't get over how thorough, how in-depth the marketing tools were there at your fingertips. There's flyers on there you can download, you can put pricing on there, you can do the whole lot. Everything's just downloadable and away you go. So First Mates, if you've got time, have a play around with it. I know you probably haven't got time because you're going to get a lot of Virgin Voyages bookings coming through soon, but it's phenomenal. Yeah, we'll certainly concentrate that on our next webinar. We'll be on First Mates, and I'll walk you through all the marketing assets.
Perfect. That sounds great. Next question is, how long will the $50 onboard credit deal last for with the pre-purchased bar tab?
Pre-purchase. So at the moment, don't worry about that because we're including the bar tabs. So our current deal is 25% off all of our sailings and a free bar tab up to $600. So whenever we don't have a promotion going, that's just our standard policies. The clients will purchase $300 worth of drinks, the bar tab package, and then we'll always just top it up with $50. But to be honest, a lot of the year, and I said most of this year, we've included the bar tab anyway, so you don't need to worry about that one. So I don't know what the offer will be next, whether we will drop the bar tab, but at the moment you don't need to worry about it because anytime you make a booking from now, it's the bar tab's included, depending on how long their sailing is.
Perfect. Next question: are the bar tabs for individuals, or can you use them for multiple people?
Gosh, the Archer Travel Group are good. Very good question. So the bar tab is per cabin. So our current offer is, if you've got a 5-night sailing with us, Melbourne down to Hobart, it's $300 per cabin. So that's per cabin. Now, if you've got, it just comes down to your clients, qualifying your clients. If they're big drinkers, the Australian market, we're a little bit worried about. We'll see how that one goes. If your clients are big drinkers, then you can purchase a second one, but they can just share the one bar tab, right? So, if you've got the wife who might be a big drinker and the husband's not, or vice versa, more likely, they can just share it, or they can then purchase another additional $300. So they only come in increments of $300. So, or they just get the one bar tab that's included already in our offer. And then once they finish that bar tab, they can just pay on consumption. So yeah, but at the moment, just qualify your clients. If they're on a longer voyage, of course, they get the $600. But $300, like 475 or 425 AUD, it's pretty good. But they can certainly purchase a second one if you think they want to drink more. So that's purely up to you guys. And again, if they do purchase a second bar tab, that's 10% commission to you guys as well, which will be paid. Any of our pre-bookables like bar tab or shore excursions, that 10% will be paid 30 days after they return from their voyage, just as an FYI.
Okay, perfect. Next question is, I read that there are no single-use plastic bottles. Can we take a bottle to refill?
Yeah, absolutely. We encourage you to bring a drink bottle on board. There's plenty of stations, water stations, filtration stations around the ship where you can top up your water bottles. Yeah, really good question. With your cabins, you'll have carafes in your cabins. So you can order a carafe of sparkling water or a carafe of drinking water to keep putting your fridge in the cabin. But yeah, definitely take your water bottles if you're doing any shore excursions. You can fill them up on the ship and away you go. So yeah, absolutely, we encourage you to take your own drink bottle.
Perfect. Next question, do you need a book for shows aboard?
Yes, you do need to book for shows aboard. So as soon as you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi, you can log in the shows on board as well. But look, you can also rock up, but we do encourage, especially a lot of the shows they do sort of fill out pretty quickly. So when you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi, you can lock those shows in and away you go. So
perfect. Next
tattoo parlor. Sorry, just a tattoo. I didn't mention, I think I mentioned on our last call, we have obviously Squid Ink, which is that tattoo parlor. Same scenario. It fills up, believe it or not, really quickly. So once you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi, that's when you can lock in your slot. If any of you or any clients that want to get a tattoo.
Oh my gosh! Actually, it's so funny you said that. I got a tattoo last time at the Squid Ink on Virgin Voyages. It does.
Did you really?
I really did, and it does fill up fast. So yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I don't have the arms or body for it, but it's phenomenal. Like it fills up really quickly, and of course everyone wants that last morning because you got to obviously cover the tattoo up. You can't get it wet, so they want that last day of disembarkation. So that goes first.
No,
so are we allowed to ask? Are we allowed to ask what tattoo you got, Amanda Rose, or is that?
Yeah, it's a rose. Personal? It's just a small rose, and it's like it's on the side of my ribs, so you don't really see it ever. But
that's awesome. Well done. I'd love it. It's so popular. People don't really. It's really popular. So.
And they gave me a thing. They gave me like a nice covering over it, so I could go to the pool and beach.
Yeah, like a waterproof covering. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Cool. So there you go. Tattoos. Yeah, all around.
Next question is, sorry, got sidetracked. Do we need to book another Rose show once on a board or on the app?
Yeah, you can book it. Yeah, once you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi, you can book that in. So yeah, definitely worth booking for that dinner show. But yeah, once you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi.
Perfect. Next question is, does Virgin Voyages run a shuttle bus from major airports to the port?
Yeah, good question. My understanding is no, they don't. We don't, certainly for the Australian sailings, you need to make your own way there. However, if you are in the Mega Rockstar suites, if you've got clients in any of those suites, there is a private transfer included. So I think it's up to about 50-kilometre radius thereabouts. So whether it's from the airport to the port or hotel, but no, otherwise there is no private Virgin shuttle bus from airports. It's a good point though, a really, really good point. So I might mention that to the guys. It'd be nice to have that when the ship's in town. But then people get in a lot of days earlier because of the way flights are cancelling left, right and centre. So they get in a couple of days earlier, not necessarily that morning. But anyway, it's a good point, and I'll mention to the guys. But no, my understanding, And I'm sure it's the US. I don't know if you've heard of it, Amanda Rose, in the US, but I don't believe we do shuttles like that in the US either.
Well, usually we say book pre and post nights of hotels before the cruise, so you don't miss your cruise or your clients don't. And usually the hotels take you to the port; they transfer you.
They have their own shuttles. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
it's the way flights are cancelling. We encourage the same thing here. It's not worth getting on a flight from Brisbane down to Melbourne, arriving that morning to embark that afternoon, because flights do cancel a lot, as we all know. So,
True.
yeah, pre and post accommodation perhaps. So.
Next question is: will Virgin be doing a lot more voyages out of Sydney?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you saw that 24-25 slide, there's a lot more itineraries: Brisbane to Sydney, Sydney to Brisbane, so Sydney down to Melbourne. So yeah, absolutely a lot out of Sydney, which is great. Who knows where after the 24-25 season will open. I'd love to do some sort of circumnavigation of Australia where you can do different segments, Perth to Darwin, around to Brisbane, something like that. So, but yeah, there's a lot more offers now out of Sydney. So you'd be happy for that person who's based in Sydney.
Perfect. Next one is there a time frame for the match and see, or is that always going to be an offer?
No time frame. At this stage, I think it's April next year that's currently running. So if you've got any clients who are at the high level with any of those other cruise lines, get them to fill out our form, do a screenshot of their little ID card or whatever they may have. And then if they were looking at booking with us, they'll get those perks. So at the moment, I think it's about April next year. It's running through to.
Perfect. Is there any restaurant aboard that will cost extra?
No. So there's no restaurants. Obviously, got the dinner show, which is the $50 US charge, which includes abundance of alcohol. But no, all the restaurants, especially the specialty restaurants, they're all included. The only extra charge in those restaurants is if, for example, if you were in the Wake, which is our steak and seafood restaurant. So if you wanted to order the big tomahawk steak, like there's an extra charge for that. Or there's a huge mega seafood platter thing. There's an extra charge for that. But you don't need to. Like, it's, you can have your eye fillets, you can have your seafood and all that. It's all included. But if you want the big stuff, the tomahawk and that there's extra cost in that. But it's you don't need to. All the restaurants, you don't pay for them except if you want those really special items on the menu.
Perfect. Next question is: when booking with family groups, is there a communication connection on the app to keep in contact with your group?
You can link the cabins together. So that's a good question. So you can certainly link the cabins together. There's no communication on our Virgin Voyages app, so you can talk to the different cabins. I mean, you can, here in Australia, you just set up a WhatsApp group if you want to do something like that. But no, you can certainly link the cabins together. So if you want to look at booking restaurants, you can book one restaurant and then link it all together, and you do a table of 10 or whatever it may be. But no, there's no communication via our app where you can talk to different people in different cabins.
Oh, I thought you guys had that on your app.
No, you can definitely link them, but I didn't think there was a way where you can actually talk to other sailors via our app.
Okay.
I'll double. Can you flick me whoever
Yeah.
consult?
I
Yeah,
can do
I'll
that.
write down. Yeah, I'll double check, but not that I've been told anyway. But maybe the reason I'm not aware of it. So it'd be good. I agree. It would be good if you can. Yeah, leave it with me. I'll suss it out. I'm not aware of it.
Okay. I know you could take a picture of someone's bracelet or something, and then you could link each other on the app, and then you could see if someone was doing an activity at a certain time and join them or not. It showed you their schedule.
You can do that, but I don't think you can talk back and forth like a WhatsApp sort of style. You can't communicate back and forth. So you can certainly link different cabins together, and you can see what restaurants have been booked and so on. But for communication, I think the question was about a communication
Yes.
style back and forth. I don't know if that's possible. I'll check.
Okay, perfect. Next question is: does the bar tab cover specialty coffees?
Yeah, the bar tab absolutely does. So if you didn't have the bar tab, so with the essential drinks, which is not the bar tab, it's what we include. It doesn't include the specialty coffees, so you need to pay for those. But your bar tab, absolutely. The bar tab really covers any item that's chargeable. And just to give you a heads up, so we've obviously got our room service. So we call it Ship Eats. So there's a delivery fee. I think it's $4.50 US or something thereabouts to do the room service. But if you have a chargeable item attached to that, then we'll waive that room service fee. So, but no, yeah, if you want a good quality latte, that goes on the bar tab. If you want your really lovely American drip fed coffee, that's free. So,
Perfect. Next question is, when do you receive your cabin bracelet? Right when you were boarding the ship or ahead of time?
no, good question. So, anyone with your bracelet, obviously red for all of our sea terraces, you won't see it here, or the black one, that one there, for our suites, you'll get your bracelets on embarkation. So when you go to the port and you go to queue up, when you're doing your embarkation process, that's when they'll give you your bracelets. And that's what you use to get in and out of the cabin. There's no lanyard around your neck. You leave it on your wrist. They're made out of 100% recycled ocean plastic, so it's a good news story. You just scan for your cabin. They scan it for your drinks, and you're away to go. So nice and easy. Just let it go there. It can get wet. It's all waterproof. You're good to go.
Perfect. Next question is, do you have travel agent rates?
Yeah, good question. So if you've completed, obviously we've got Sea Academy, our e-learning platform on First Mate. So if you've completed Sea Academy through to Gold, you then get access to what we call First Mates rates. And we'll go through this on our next webinar through the First Mates portal. We'll go through all these different areas. But what it does, it opens up to a whole bunch of sailings. Not every sailing is in there. We don't have our Australian sailings in there at the moment because obviously we want to sell them first because it's only new. But there's a whole bunch of departures in First Mates rates that are accessible to those clients, our sailors, our First Mates that have completed Sea Academy, where it's $100 per person per night. So that's our agent rate. I do believe you can call up Travel the World, and I guess through the 1300 number if you're booking yourself. My understanding, there was a 25% discount for Australian sailings, and I think it's a 20% discount for international sailings. I don't know what the difference is versus the $100 per night. But we'll go through First Mates rates on our next call. But you do all need to complete Sea Academy, which I think majority of you guys already have completed Sea Academy, which is great. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of sailings. Go on to First Mates, look at First Mates rates, and you'll see all the applicable sailings on there for $100 per person per night.
Perfect. We have one more question. What is the general age of people aboard a Virgin Voyages cruise?
So our demographics are really quite broad, and I guess this is the biggest thing where people sort of didn't really understand where Virgin sort of fits in the cruise space for demographics. So our average age is between 47 to 49, thereabouts. 62% of our clients are between 30 and 60. But really what we're going for and is what we're targeting the market is for anyone who's a kid at heart, who is, they might be in their 70s or their 80s, but they've got that really younger mindset. They like to have a bit of fun. That's the type of client we'd like to have on board. But certainly average age is around the 47 to 49. As I said, 62% between 30 and 60. But I've been on board a few times where the people have been in the 70s or 80s and they're awesome and they just want to have a bit of fun. So it really comes down to the individual. So Richards, he's 72, so there you go. He likes to have a bit of fun. So we don't want to just categorize it to one particular. It's just really anybody, obviously over the age of 18, who's got that younger mindset will absolutely love this product, or foodies who will love this product. So yeah, it's quite broad.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Justin. We had a lot of good questions, a really good presentation as well. So if you guys want to rewatch this, you can find it right here in the videos tab of this page. We'll have the recording up for you guys. And just thank you so much for joining us, Justin. Is there anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I just want to thank you, Amanda Rose. We appreciate you. I said to David, the Archer Travel Group have been incredible organizing all these you are so proactive. So guys, thank you for all of that. Any questions, please come through to us. It is just me. Keep in mind, if I haven't gotten back to you with anything, it is just me looking after Australia and New Zealand at the moment. There's some exciting news coming soon. So we are enhancing our sales team, which is really great news for me personally. And as said, we're not going to be, but just, if you've got an email, send it through to me or through to the Travel the Voyage store and they'll get back to you. But certainly give me a call. Otherwise on 0451 246 747. Phone's probably the best way to get hold of me at the moment. but we'll do anything we can to help you guys out, point you in the right direction. But I think our next call, Amanda Rose, our next webinar on first mate system will be really, really productive, really helpful to everybody.
Perfect. I'm really excited. I know you want to go over the first mate system, and I know the agents will really appreciate that. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for joining us, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.